If monkeys play poker and only one monkey always wins, monkey suspicious, monkey cheating. Other monkeys call him out. It's like he knows what cards are coming next. Every round, he folds just before the bad hands and goes all in right before the perfect cards appear. At first, the other monkeys think he's lucky, but after winning 10 times in a row, the monkeys realize luck has nothing to do with it. Maybe he paid off the dealer. Maybe he peeked at the deck when no one was looking. Whatever it was, Monkey had the upper hand, and the rest never stood a chance. Now take that poker table, swap it for the stock market, and you've got insider trading. What is insider trading? Insider trading is what happens when a monkey knows something that no other monkey does. In financial terms, it's when someone trades stocks using non-public material information, info that hasn't been released to the wider jungle yet, and that could seriously affect a company's stock price once it does. It's like knowing your favorite smoothie chain is about to be exposed for blending cockroaches into their banana milkshakes and selling your shares right before the scandal hits the news. Technically, that's illegal, but practically, that depends on who you are. How is it done? The setup is simple. Let's say you've got a neat pile of bananas you want to invest in the stock market. Normal monkeys like you and I would read the news to inform our investments. The influential monkeys? They play by different rules. They get to peek behind the curtains and stay 2 steps ahead of everyone else. And it's painfully easy. A high-ranking monkey working inside a company or connected to someone on the board hears something juicy. It could be a CEO finding out the company is about to announce record profits, or a senator learning that new regulations will crush a major snack brand, or a banana plantation exec discovering their main competitor just got hit with a fungus outbreak. Instead of telling the public, they quietly tell a friend, or a cousin, or a company they technically don't control. That friend buys the stock before it soars, or shorts it before it crashes. Then the news drops. The market reacts. And just like that, they walk away with bags of bananas before the rest of the jungle even knew what was coming. Now here's where things start to feel rigged. Because while regular monkeys go to jail for guessing wrong on the market, the most powerful primates in the jungle keep making suspiciously perfect trades. Let's look at how this could look in practice. Oh, and any likeness to events, people, and places real or fictitious is purely coincidental. A few years ago, several politicians suddenly began dumping their stock in Boba Bola, the beloved soda brand famous for its zero-calorie aspartame sweetener. Shortly after the massive sell-offs, leaked reports suggested that aspartame might be carcinogenic, in other words, cause cancer. Public backlash exploded and Boba Bolo's stock price tanked. And the politicians who sold before the headlines cashed out like it was nothing. They called it coincidence. But to the rest of the jungle, it seems there was far more than luck involved. Or maybe, imagine if just days before conflict returned to the jungles of Eastern Europe, several lawmakers and Congress monkeys made curious stock purchases. What's very interesting is that all these Congress monkeys decided to invest in arms manufacturers and heavy weapons factories like Lockbanana Martin and Raytheon Banana Technologies. All just happened to pick defense contractors. All just happened to buy right before war sent those stocks to the moon, and the jungle pledged massive support for the defenders. Support which, of course, comes in the form of weapons, artillery, and armored fighting vehicles produced by those companies. Really makes you think, doesn't it? But wait, before you go around crying foul, there's no proof they had inside info. But also, nobody just accidentally times war that well. You get me? But let's be fair. Not all monkey elites get away with it. A few years ago, a former Congress monkey was sentenced to 22 months in prison after he was caught insider trading. He'd learned confidential info about a telecom merger and quickly bought stock before the announcement. When the deal went public, the stock soared, making this former Congress monkey fat stacks of bananas. But this triggered an equally massive investigation. He claimed it was educated guessing. The court called it what it was, illegal, before throwing him behind bars for almost 2 years. As I was working on this video, I had a random idea for another example. Let's imagine if news about a certain jungle attacking another began to circulate on TV. And could you guess which group of monkeys in this jungle were suddenly inspired to buy stocks? Not just any stocks, too. Stocks of defense contractors like Northrop Grumman, Banana Dynamics, and Raytheon Banana Technologies. These monkeys decided randomly to invest thousands of their hard-earned bananas into these companies just days before the jungle got involved in the conflict. These stocks shot to the moon once the bombs landed, netting those lawmakers some very well-timed gains. Coincidence? Maybe, but the timing certainly raises eyebrows. But don't jump out of your seats just yet. It gets worse. What if some of these representatives serve on the Armed Services or Foreign Affairs committees? I don't know about you, but that would absolutely grind monkeys' gears. Can you imagine lawmaker monkeys who are involved in foreign policy having the option to invest and financially profit from their decisions? They would have inside access to intelligence briefings and policy decisions that could move markets. And if you're writing the checks for war, while also pulling bananas from companies that benefit from the war that you pushed for, sounds like a serious conflict of interest to me. Monkey is tired of this bullshit. War is a nasty business, but a business nonetheless, and greedy monkeys will find a way to turn a profit regardless of the cost. Oh well, good thing this is all hypothetical and not based on anything that ever happens in the real world, right? Anyway, back to the video. But isn't this unfair for most normal monkeys? Because if you're just a regular monkey, you don't get calls from senators or CEOs or the board of directors. You don't hear about mergers before they're announced. You don't get tips from the feds on which banana farms are about to fail inspection. You only find out after the damage, or the gold rush, has already happened. Retail investors are always 2 steps behind, stuck chasing stock tips from jungle TikTok while insiders feast on market-moving intel. The game is tilted. And the worst part? If you or I tried pulling the same stunt, we'd be behind bars faster than you can say banana. Why is it so hard to stop? Insider trading should be straightforwardly illegal. But in the jungle, there's plenty of wiggle room. Politicians are legally allowed to own and trade stocks, even while passing laws that affect those companies. They're supposed to disclose trades, but many don't. And even when they do, there's no meaningful punishment for suspicious timing. Some hide trades under their spouse's name. Others use blind trusts that are about as blind as a hawk with binoculars. Even corporate insiders can legally sell shares, so long as they follow arcane disclosure rules and pretend they weren't acting on any secret info. So is it legal? Is it illegal? It's complicated. It's vague. And more often than not, it's unenforced. Because in this jungle, who you are matters more than what you know. So what can we do? We're not saying every well-timed trade is shady, but if a Congress monkey starts loudly pushing a new bill that grants exclusive mining rights to a contractor, maybe check if they bought stocks in that company. If a senator's speech is all about protecting national fruit security, pop open their portfolio. See if they've bought stock in Banana Dynamics. And if some health committee suddenly pushes bans on durian sugar, maybe take a peek at their stock positions against the affected companies. Insider trading isn't just a financial crime. It's a betrayal of public trust, hidden in spreadsheets and 24-hour disclosures. And the worst part? It's not even subtle. Insider trading is supposed to be illegal. But if you're important enough, it becomes a hobby, a skill, a second income stream. The rich call it portfolio management. The rest of us call it what it is: rigged. So the next time a politician proposes a suspiciously specific bill, or a senator suddenly cares a lot about semiconductors, follow the bananas. Because in the jungle, money talks. And if you listen closely enough, you can hear it whispering about a future soon to arrive. If any monkeys are confused, remember, this is not financial advice, not legal advice, and definitely not encouragement. As always, these examples are satirical, and any likeness or reference to people, places, and organizations is purely coincidental. Please do not sue Monkey, and thank you for watching.